Those against the eyes of it.
Our journey has been steady from the advent. With crystal clear vision, we started off as a news online portal. We subsequently evolved into a magazine, and now on your radio. We do not only bear the name Media House. We practice with the best ethos of our professional calling, presenting facts with objectivity. We are committed and resolute. We are HallowMace. We are the standard bearers. It's HallowMace on radio, dedicated to promotion of legislature, democracy, and good governance. It's hot, interactive, educating, engaging, and entertaining. HallowMace on radio, Thursdays, 10 a.m. on Armed Forces Radio, 107.7 FM. HallowMace on radio. Parliament, brought to the people. Brought to the people.
Beautiful morning to you, cousin. Look at your time, 10:01, live on the hills of Mogadishu Cantonment, the nation's capital, Abuja, Nigeria. We're glad to have you on the flip side of the radio. We would always come at you 10 to 11 a.m. every Thursday morning. What we do on HallowMace on radio is to speak to the issues around the legislature, hoping that you understand the dividends of democracy in clearer perspective in regards to good governance. This edition of the program, we will center our discourse on the state of the nation. Some of the things we intend to take a look: the peaceful resolution to Senator Natasha Akpoti-Adogan's resumption, and my distinguished just laughed. I'm here to introduce you, but it's okay. You're in for a ride with us on this program. ASU warning strike is one of the issues that we intend to take a look at. And then the electoral reforms. How sincere is the National Assembly to this course? We'll also take a look at former Minister's Naji's certificate scandal. If we have the Senate spokesman in the building, what else? Presidential pardon. I suppose this is one of the major issues at the moment burning in the front line of Nigerian papers and Nigerians talking on this one. And of course, we would want to look at girl of political defection. Whether you like it or not, someone says, are we running a one system of party conversation now, or what else can we handle? Now, you heard his laughter, but of course, I must do well to introduce him the way I've missed him. Happy New Year first, cousin.
Oh, Happy New Year, my dear brother.
The last time I had you, it was December.
Happy New Legislative Year. So, because it is not Happy New Year of a calendar year in October.
Okay.
It's Happy New Legislative Year because just 2 or 3 weeks ago, we have just resumed the second phase of our legislative year.
Indeed.
Yes.
Distinguished Senator Yemi Adaramodu, Chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs. Also, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Youth Development. So you heard his perspective, but I'm very intentional by telling him Happy New Year because we wrap up 2024 on a high level where you made a very firm statement on live radio. You inspired and empowered over 5 Nigerian young men with over 500,000 each. And I'm speaking from a perspective of authenticity. And you told us it was not going to be a one-off sport thing on live radio.
Around.
And then we missed you. Our producer has been gathering names back to back. But we will still handle that.
Because I've gone to other stations again to do the same thing. So even in my own consistency, because when they heard of what I did here in Abuja, so everybody kept calling. And I know that it's very, very necessary and very passionate for that to happen. And I have to attend to all those once again. So that's why. So it's the turn of HallowMace radio now.
I want to say HallowMace on radio. Somebody scream on the other side. It's going to be a good time for us. Now, I love that I love you. You know, we missed you when this issue around Senator Natasha came up. I wished I had you on live radio, but we didn't. But at this point, we're talking already her resumption. You laughed. What's the perspective?
Which perspective? There's no perspective.
Okay.
In the Senate, there was a misdemeanor, and then the Senate came together and then chastised the colleague that maybe did it, and then a kind of maybe reprimand came up, and then it was meted, and it had been served out.
Yes.
And so there's nothing to discuss about it anymore.
Interesting.
And even though there are some parts, there are some aspects that are still in court which we cannot be discussing, and that is about personal matter, which is not legislative matter.
Right.
The area that was legislative there was the disorderliness towards the order of the Senate. That is order 6, which did not go well with one of our colleagues. And then also the way we talk to ourselves, the way we deal with ourselves, especially internally, according to the Section 60 of the Nigerian Constitution that gave the National Assembly that mandate in order to regulate its own activities, or else we become a banana republic, or else it becomes an obsession theory society whereby is brute power just is the one that subsists. So it is whatever you like that you do. So since we are not in banana republic and we are not living in the zoo, so definitely we must have guidelines. I say we have told the line of that guidelines and the stipulation of our own regulations, which we have done. So that one has been done and it has been served. Indeed. And the only thing the only remark I just wanted to say is that some Nigerians thought that we were even demanding for apology. We never. There was never a time that we asked for apology. It was only the court ruling that said apologize to the court and pay 5 billion naira to federal government. It's not to us. It's not to the National Assembly. It's not 5 billion naira to us. It's not apology to us. We never demanded for apology. We only said, because we have heard, instead of be penitent and then talk to all of us senators, not about Senator Pabio. It's about all the 109 of us, including our own colleague too, the sister. So including herself. So it's just an institution. So and then we meted out a reprimand, and then the process went through, and then she has resumed, and she's on her seat.
We love this.
Luckily and thankfully,
we must say
graciously,
indeed,
and legislatively.
I love the word.
Senatorially.
After 6 months, and someone says at some point, quite a number of concerns were around the excessiveness of that particular disciplinary actions taken on the distinguished senator.
Who determines whether something is excessive or whether something is not excessive? Who determines it? It all is subjective. That one is very subjective.
Okay,
that's quite subjective, because it's like in the judiciary when the Judicial Service Commission, when the disciplinary judges who comes around and say that this is excessive. When the executive, when they suspend the minister or whoever who comes around and say this is excessive, then definitely, if that kind of interference is not ampering the authorities, the legislative capacity or capability of senators or House of Representatives must not be hampered by personal and emotional comments by third parties, which are foreign bodies in this situation.
I understand this. Now let's go into the major issue at the moment, which is the ASU warning strike. I don't know if the National Assembly is concerned on this. You're just resuming.
We are seriously concerned. We are seriously concerned because the unilateral, not even collateral damage is the students. It's going to be very unilateral because it's only the students that will be the victims of it. And then we are not happy with it. And then the federal government is taking serious steps about it, because we have been listening, we have been hearing the intervention of the federal government and Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that no, during his time, something like that must not even happen. And we know that over 2 years, we have never had that one. And then we cannot condone it. We cannot just sit down with it. And then it's a warning strike of 14 days, we presume, and we know. And then we know that even before the end of the 14 days, we are very sure that good reason would have prevailed, and then ASU would have called off the strike, and they would have returned to the table to negotiate with the executive, until when the executive, which is the arm that is supposed to deal with such issue, that when we now feel that, maybe things are getting out of hands, that the legislature will now just come in. Because you can even recollect that even the ninth National Assembly even intervened through our then Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives then, who is now the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and the whole thing was called off. And on several occasions, we had been intervening such, but we have not, it has not gotten to that kind of point whereby the legislation will now view it that maybe this thing is no more, it can never be amicably resolved. It will be amicably resolved. Because I know that the ASU, which is fighting a good this struggle in order to make sure that our educational system remains very, very auspicious and then very conducive for our students. And then the federal government, they have kept faith. They have done very well, because if 2009, which is about 16 years ago, if there had been an agreement, and then there had been successive governments since then, and those people have not even done anything, and then there's a government that has come within 1 year of their existence, because it's last year.
Yes.
They have done much, because we learned of how much the government has paid out of, and then what the government is trying to do, and then even the no work, no pay, indebtedness of the former regime had even been defrayed, at least to a very large extent, by this current government. So definitely we know that it's a government that is willing, that is ready, and that is very desirous, making sure that we have a very clean educational environment for our students, for our young adults to thrive, and then to get to the educational promised land, which they are yearning for. So definitely, we don't have any doubt that the government of our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not do the needful. They have been doing the needful, and I know that they are going to. And then ASU must at least just know that, yes.
We'll look out for what will come through in the coming days. Yeah. But let's see what happens. Your assumption is to one of the major issues now that quite a number of journalists, media houses are already handling, the issue of electoral reforms, and most importantly, November 2026. I don't know how sincere is the National Assembly to discourse.
Look, the problem with all of us, Nigerians. So I'm not saying legislators now. I'm not saying the citizens alone. All of us. I'm a Nigerian, a true-born Nigerian, and articulate Nigeria for that matter.
Very true.
Is that at times when we criticize, we go so emotional. It is all of us, especially the politicians, have been saying that, look, anybody that is elected must not have the opportunity of sitting down in office while his or her case goes on in the court. That is subject, they claim that, or they allege that it is subject to influence. And so the National Assembly said, okay, we want to cure that kind of malaise. We want to cure that, and then we want to reduce complaints about that. Then let's have our election. Let all litigations get exhausted before anybody is sworn in. So that the person that presumably has won the election and the person presumably has lost the election will now be on the same level, on ground zero. And then the two of them, the judiciary will now adjudicate. After adjudication, whoever now wins at the end of the day that has fulfilled all the constitutional requirements to be sworn in as the candidate and as the person, then must go ahead and do that. Because in Nigeria, we know that at times, somebody would have been in office for up to 1 year, and his or her case will still be peddling in the court. So definitely, somebody that is in government, we have advantage over the person that is out.
Maximally
out of government. So
yes,
I don't know why anybody could be criticizing that. Maybe even if we shift the election to September to November, it's still the same 4 years that person is going to spend. Because I read one comment by one politician, innocuous though, that maybe we are going to give advantage to the sitting president. I said, how? May is May. May is handing over. May is swearing
29
of another term, and of a new government. May is May. So it does not repudiate that. It does not take any hour away from that May 29th. It's May 29th.
Yes.
So definitely, if an election is held, and then all litigations are now concluded before the winner is the presumed winner is sworn in. So definitely it will do well for both parties. Nobody will accuse the other person. Nobody will say, somebody has mortgaged this, somebody has used power, somebody has used that. That one settled. And moreover, whatever we do in the National Assembly for now is their proposals, which are going to be open to open debate, and another problem that we always see is that people will like to criticize at the sideline. When we open the debate and we say that this is going to be an open forum for everybody to come in, even to send in your memorandum, nobody will do that one. People will not come. Even the CSOs that we
could it be that people have lost interest, or what would you say?
No, not that people have lost interest. Okay. Everybody wants to be at the comfort of his own. It's like in Nigeria, for us in Nigeria, everybody is a medical doctor, everybody is a footballer, everybody is a lawmaker, everybody is a lawyer, everybody is a driver. When you drive and you know and something in this happens, they will say, this is how you should have sworn the steering. If you play football, no, you shouldn't have used the left leg. You have use the right leg. You understand that?
But I think with what everybody goes down, we're happy.
We like that kind of criticism. And even many of us, even on election day, even those people that criticize electoral process more, they are the ones who do not even participate. On election day is viewed as an holiday. Everybody will sit down at home. By 4 p.m., you will see those people who did not even go to polling unit to vote. They will be posting incredible results. And I think that you have to be part of something before you can know what is happening there.
Maximum.
Now, and again, like we are talking about electoral reforms.
Yes,
when you look at the proposals that the National Assembly are putting up, this electronic transmission of results. Inclusive voting, making sure that nobody is excluded, armed forces, policemen, journalists, CSOs, observers, that we give them some time to vote. And the result will not be declared until the day of the proper election. So that because they have some very pertinent jobs and assignments to do on the election day, should not differentiate them from voting. So all those ones are there. The ones that are there, some of them are that, look, pre-election, all litigation must have ended before the election.
Okay.
Another one that is there is that a party that willingly fields an unqualified candidate must not be given that opportunity to go and feed another, because they know they should have done their due diligence before presenting a candidate. So that all this back and forth, you present one candidate, is that, then they now call for maybe a rerun election, and then the same party who has willingly presented a very wobbly candidate will be given the chance again. So all those things.
I want to believe that this elaborate explanation you've made is already helping a cousin on the flip side of the radio knows the perspective of this November that the National Assembly is already proposing. Most time when you don't understand, yes.
So let all the stakeholders sit down, including ANEC, that is going to even conduct the election. And then everybody, participants, political parties, the people that are not partisan, the CSOs, the NGOs, then both foreign and even we allow, if you are foreign and you want to even have a discourse with us, we allow everybody to be there. Okay. So by the time we do that one, then we aggregate. So the aggregate of it is what the National Assembly is going to work on. And
all right. Now, I'm happy that you're with us. And somehow, with what you're doing now in Nigeria, and say, no, we should give a big kudos to the National Assembly, the 10th National Assembly. Just that this major concern of the resignation of one of our ministers, who you people screamed.
We people screamed.
Yes, cousin.
But you should know, Nigerians should know, that the National Assembly does not have a detective arm.
Okay.
We are not security men and women. And then as a forensic screening of credentials are supposed to be with the security. Okay. Who has the apparatus to do so. So definitely, once there are so many other documents that we ask for. Code of Conduct Bureau clearance, we ask for.
Okay.
Security clearance, we ask for.
Okay.
And then they are not the ones who will submit. Then we get all those things. So once we get that one, the only thing that is the pertinent job of the National Assembly, the Senate, to do during screening is that expose that person to public debate, to public interrogation. Okay. So that they will see him or her, he or she will talk. Then we throw question to him or her. If this is the problem, even we ask general questions because we are not sure of even the ministry that person is going to head. Because we believe that as a manager, you must be able to manage any ministry that you are put in. Even if you are not a sports person and you are put in the sports ministry, you must be able to manage the personnel there and make sure that what the result we want to get in sports, we get it. So that is the pertinent concern of the National Assembly. It's not for us to start looking at the underwear of a nominee. It is the job of the security, and we are not security men and women.
Okay.
We are not security men and women.
So
when I was seeing some comments, this National Assembly, why did they screen that person? Why did they? Now, are they saying that the National Assembly will now send somebody to NYC, send somebody to his primary school, send somebody to his secondary school, and start doing that one? Is it the National Assembly that will start doing that one? And then it's the same Nigerian that when they send names to us, and then if we tarry after 2-3 days,
questions.
No, we just be there. And they will say, "Oh, they are trying to do mogo under the table." And because we are not security men, if we now want to trace that person from when he was born and where he was born, and then to his or her primary school, secondary school, university, and so and so forth, it means that it will take us several weeks, if not months, to get that one. So, but the security people, they know how to gather their own information about individuals. So, and then we rely on that to do our own screening.
Distinguished, we appreciate that you are always doing your job adequately, helping Nigerians to understand the perspective of what the National Assembly is doing, especially the Senate. Now, I'm hoping that we're able to make sense of this particular story, which at the point, on Tuesday while I was on here, Sanders' family should have been rejoicing on her pardon, but the husband's family are very challenged. Now, the concern is the presidential pardon. Was the National Assembly consulted? If yes, why the...
It is not... we talk about prerogative of mercy. It is constitutionally entrusted in the hands of the National Council of State. And then in conjunction with the President of the Federation.
Okay.
And now the Council of States, they are eminent men and women. Experienced state men and state women. There are people who had been ex-this, ex-that, ex-president, chief judge, and so on and so forth.
Yes,
people that we can call in Nigerian parlance the Alagbas. The Alagbas.
What does it mean?
Yes, the supreme elders.
Okay.
The supreme elders who know how, what, when, where Nigeria started.
Okay.
And then that's why the prerogative of mercy is there in the Constitution for them to exercise in conjunction with the President. It is not the duty of the National Assembly to suggest to the Council who and what and how and why that will be carried out.
But
and again,
yes, cousin.
Anybody that is found guilty of an offense, that is serving, because you will find out that many of them have almost served out their terms. Correctional center, when we say correctional center, is to correct somebody's bad
behavior,
so to say.
Though some people say they don't get corrected.
No. When you say correctional center,
that's the name.
So if that person has already been corrected, and he or she has corrected himself or herself, because the worst thing that can happen to correction is that when you are corrected and you don't correct yourself. But if somebody is found to have even been corrected and have corrected himself or herself, definitely there's no reason why that person should not receive pardon. And what we are saying is this: there are several in the correctional centers. So about 175 do not amount to several thousands, if not millions, that are there. That is another line. And the other line is this: for us, and for me personally, even if you steal my phone or even blade, and that person is pardoned, definitely mean that as the blade we still say something. That one does not mean that it is going to be done in my own standard. That because you have stolen my blade, I might even wish your head to be cut off, or your hand to be cut off, that hand that you used to steal it. So if you are given a life sentence, I will not like it. So it is always like that. It's always like that. So you cannot just take it from the angle of the person that who thinks that, oh yes, this person has wronged my family, this person has wronged me, or this person has done this, or this person has done that. So why is that person receiving pardon? But like I said, the National Assembly is not supposed to, and is not constitutionally mandated to be part of the organs that is going to suggest who to pardon and not to pardon. And then the Council of State, in conjunction with the President, they have done a good job and a constitutional job that they should do. Okay. So I think Nigerians, all of us.
Now look at what is my concern now.
Okay.
Look at my concern. You know, quite a number of people are emotional. At the point, I came up from a spiritual perspective. Where Scripture said, while we were yet sinners, he forgave us.
Why?
Now, but we were yet sinners. He came and died for us.
Yes.
Now, but the perspective I was driving is the issue of the signing of death sentence, that sometimes it takes a longer time for governors or whoever that is in charge to sign to do that. Could you see it as one of the major things that the National Assembly is supposed to start considering? Because with the names of people who have been pardoned, quite a number of people feel
my brother. There's nothing for us to consider because we have done our law.
Okay.
So once National Assembly is to make laws, we are not supposed to execute laws. So once we have done laws and we have done it, and the laws are the elicited popular acceptance or acceptability. So that's where our own job ends. Executing it, we are not executive, we are not judiciary.
Absolutely.
We won't do administration of justice law, and then we are the one who will go to Araba market and go and arrest a pickpocket. And then after arresting a pickpocket, we are the one who will prosecute the pickpocket. And then so we have our own job cut out for us. So some questions are better for the other arms of government.
Okay. So, cousin, I don't know how you feel on the flip side of the radio, but we have with us distinguished Senator Yemi Adaramodu, Chairman Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, also the Chairman Senate Committee on Youth Development, live on this edition of HallowMace on radio, where we're considering the state of the nations with quite a number of issues that he has spoken to. You might have some questions for him or you want to make a contribution. Reach us on 0707 242 6258. The numbers again, 0707 242 6258. These are the numbers for you to call and be part of this live radio broadcast as we continue on this edition of HallowMace on radio. Well, we're at it. I think that one of the most recent now is the defection, and you are you are from the ruling party.
Yes.
I don't know how you feel about it.
Yes. I feel very comfortable. I feel very happy. I feel much on top of the world.
Okay.
And
why is that?
My party, because my party is waxing very strong, stronger and strongest. And the thing is this.
But do you think it's healthy for democracy?
No. Why is it not healthy for democracy?
Okay. I was thinking there's one party system.
No. There's nothing like one party system. Okay. We have about 28 parties in Nigeria, and then all the parties, they have their secretariat.
Hold your thought.
ESCO members.
Hold your thought. So let me see who we have. I love you.
Okay.
Yeah, cousin, do me a favor, turn it down. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good morning. My name is Sido. I'm calling from Nassau. Our senator there.
Sir.
May God bless you.
Thank you, Oga.
Yes, please, I want you to enlighten me for one thing.
Yes.
I'm confusing what is confusing my life now.
Yes.
Like those Boko Haram who is killing people and flush the whole village. And after they hold them, they return them to either a police or soldier. And you are the senator, one of the senators.
Yeah.
Are you happy for that? In your country, you are a senator.
Yeah.
You are happy for that? Who kill a mother, a father, a children, and render them useless. And you are a senator of Nigeria. And you are hearing that they recruit them again to the society. Thank you, sir. I want to
Oga from Shidi from Nassau. No, let me say, even in wars, any war for that matter, when either a confronted soldier, when he or she surrenders, raise up his or her hands, cut the olive branch, wave it, and then it is there. It is a law. It is a rule. A law, and it is internationally accepted. You don't shoot that person again. You bring that person because he or she has surrendered. Whoever, either a bandit or a thief or an armed robber, because they kill.
Yes, sir.
Either you are a Boko Haram, you are an armed robber, you are a bandit, you are a terrorist. You kill. Because even the Holy Book said There's nothing that person has come to do rather than to plunder and to kill. So, but if you on your own voluntarily surrender that, yes, I have been part of so, because even the person that surrendered was not even caught on the spot where he was killing or he was maybe anyone. If anyone is gotten on the spot of killing and maybe, that person cannot be pardoned because you were arrested, you were accosted, you were captured on the scene of committing crime. Definitely, we will not support that person that person will be prosecuted. But if you lay down your arms voluntarily, you raise up your two arms, and you surrendered, then definitely that is repentance. So definitely that person can be absorbed to the society. Those are the ones that we know that are being brought back to the society. Now, the ones that are caught on the spot of killing or maiming.
All right. 070-7242-6258. Chidi from Nasara, I hope you're satisfied with the response given by distinguished senator. 070-7242-6258.
So you are talking about my party. You are talking about...
Let me talk to this cousin. I will allow you. Right? Good morning, cousin. I know that's the high point today.
Good morning, cousin.
Yeah, morning, cousin. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Godwin, calling from Caro.
Godwin, you have 60 seconds. Go ahead.
I am happy a senator is in your studio today.
Thank you so much, cousin.
Thank you, my brother.
And there's something that has bothered me for more than 10 years, and I've been waiting for this day.
Okay.
Please, I want to ask the senator in your place there.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between a senator and a professor's salary?
Okay.
Please, let me just give me. Let me just go straight to the point. I'm aware, as from the papers I read, that a senator earns between 21 million, and a professor earns between 600,000 a month. Let him enlighten me.
Okay, Godwin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Godwin.
Okay, he's talking about disparity of remuneration, a professor and a senator. The one is that if I tell you anything, you will say it's subjective.
Okay.
We have Freedom of Information Act, whereby we can even ask questions. Then the RAMFAC, which is the authority, the agency of government, that is supposed to fix salaries of political office holders. And then the Wages Commission that fixes the wages of all government workers, even including myself.
Very well.
They are there. They have even come once. They told the whole world how much the National Assembly earns. But people did not believe. People did not, because I always ask a question that those of us that are even in the Senate, in the National Assembly, there have been 2 times governors, 2 times ministers, ambassadors, industrialists, accomplished men and women. Now, is it about the 1 million naira or 2 million naira we are talking about that will be so fanciful to them that we will be debating as a serious matter? No. Being in the Senate, being in the reps, is not the fascination of naira and kobo. It is one, you want to contribute to the development of your society, because you will not leave it alone. Like Yoruba people will say, meaning that if you allow death, if it is a human being, to roam around the streets, then nobody will be alive. So some people must go there and do that. Then secondly, they don't know that many of us that are even there, even that are even there, what everyone wants to make sure that his constituency is heard of. Like when you are establishing school, you are establishing medical centers, you are doing this, you are doing that, assisting your people, then even facilitating jobs for even youth of your constituency. Those are various advantages that people seek for while in the National Assembly. And besides that, a professor that wants to work, anybody, like I was working before I became a senator. So now a professor that wants to work will be interviewed. And based on your acceptability and acceptance of the conditions of service, you go there. You will not be asking the question, if I take the teaching job, how much is a counselor of my ward going to be earning? Okay. You will not be asking that. Okay. But if we are curious to know that one, the Wages Commission has already said it. the RAFAC has already said it. If we need further clarification, we can still go ahead and ask.
All right.
But for us, and for me.
Thank you, distinguished. I love what is going on here. Good morning, cousin.
Yeah, how are you doing, man?
We're fine. Who do we have here?
I'm Professor Modi. I'm calling you from Federal Housing Louis.
Okay, Professor Moody, go ahead, please.
Well, with due respect, it's even very laughable because I'm a psychologist. I can read between the lines. You're talking. I don't know where you're talking from. You see, let me talk about ASO issue.
Yes.
70 plus, anyway. All this lip service that people are making towards all this, it's not going to be helpful to this country. I was born before the independence. I was born in the 50s. I want to tell you that these politicians have not left Nigeria.
I've done what?
I was in the past, yes. I was in the past and I'm in the present. So I can access both right now.
Yeah.
And I'm still very active. In my first 18 years, that means intelligently. And there's acquainted with information and facts. It's as young as the law, which is 5 years. And knows nothing. So what we're saying is that one day this service, we should stop this thing. Is it something that we pay attention to?
Professor Moody.
Yes.
Professor Moody. Hello, Professor Moody. Can you hear me, please? I want us to have a clearer perspective of what position you have.
I understand what you say. I understand what you say.
All right.
I understand.
So
I understand what he said.
All right.
What he was saying is that all along the politicians that have been lip service to the issue of ASU, this and that. Yes, that's what he said. But I have answered the questions posed on ASU strike.
Yes,
always, even when I was in the university, ASU struck, even when politicians were not there, when military people were there, I started when the military was there. So definitely, it's not about politicians this time around. It's not about it. So even when they spoke of Ali must go, that we grew up to hear about, it was military that was there, and that was the most celebrated ASU strike, and to the extent that there was proscription of the union then before ASU came up as an alternative to the union that was proscribed by the military government. It was not civilian government then. So it's not about politicians. That it has always been there. That even in America, there are workers and government friction. In UK, even in France, there are government and workers friction. It will always be. It's not about paying lip service. That lip had always been there since inception. So the lips have not just started to be in our mouth now in the past 2 years that President Tinubu assumed office. So the issue of ASU, I've already answered it, and I know that the federal government is doing a human job about that one. And if you listen to the federal government, you will know, even my Oga that I just spoken, you will know there was an agreement of 2009, 16 years ago. A government is there, 2 years. It has started solving that problem. Then you talk about condition of service. The government said they have done their proposal, which they have presented. It's for the ASU to reject or to accept.
Right.
Then they talk about 100 billion naira something. The government has offset 50 billion, and the ASU agreed that is okay. Then they talk about some and this thing. They said that 150 billion naira. The government promised that they are going to do it in tranches. And they have paid 1/3 of the first tranche of 50 billion. So then are you going to say that one is lip service? I don't want to go to all these expletives. Okay. I don't want to go to all these things. All since right. I am not part, since we are not part of the negotiation. Yes, but I know that ASU and federal government, they are brothers. They are for the advancement of education, so that our Nigerian young adults can get educated and then they can realize their life ambitions. So right. I know that one.
Thank you, distinguished. Good morning. Thanks for your patience. Your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who do we have?
I'm not talking finish that time.
The thing is breaking. There's a challenge. Maybe do me a favor so that we hear you clearly. It's breaking. Get back on the line again. 0707 242 6258. All right. 0707.
So this
2426258. Yeah, let's
political thing.
We will conclude on that. Yes, sir. I love you, cousin. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
60.
Thank you, Oga.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Airport Road.
Daniel, go ahead.
From
Airport Road.
I think
Airport Road.
Yes, sir. Hello, Daniel.
Yeah.
Hello, Daniel. No. We don't do this. And Senator wants to talk about this defection. It's just that I wanted some of these cousins to make it their input before I have you. Good morning, cousin.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Yeah, thank you for coming through.
I'm calling back.
All right, who do we have?
Daniel, that's Daniel. That's Daniel.
Okay, Chidi. Okay, Chidi.
May God bless you, Senator.
Thank you,
I
Oga.
want to ask, sir.
Yes, sir.
Since when una resume as the governance now,
Yes.
why Nigeria is suffering is when they remove this fuel subsidy.
Yeah.
And Nigeria is suffering to it is problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear the poor people's voice in that National Assembly. Hospital, as a poor man, you go to hospital, that person will suffer for there or die for there.
When?
Education is zero. And as a senator,
Okay.
are you not hearing the cry of the masses in this country?
Okay.
Thank you,
Chidi. Yeah, your 60 seconds.
Thank you very much. I'm a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
I'm from Ekiti South Senatorial District of Ekiti State. Like my colleagues, you can ask from my constituency whether I'm always around. Sharing the ups and downs of my people with them and myself. That is one. Then number two is this. The issue of the economy. We know that when you want to make omelette, you will break egg. We know that an economy cannot be a heritage economy, and we say that economy is prospering. It means that by the time the whole thing will come down, that will fall down, that the comeuppance will be so devastating and disastrous, and so inimitably going to be very, very hard to shake when it happens. So the sword of Damocles that had been dangling on our heads economically, when this government got there, the first issue was the first subsidy issue, which my brother mentioned.
Yes,
first subsidy, we were subsidizing annually to the tune of about 6 trillion naira. Naira and dollar subsidy. We are subsidizing annually to the tune of 7.3 trillion naira. That's about 14 trillion naira. And the capital component of any budget before this government, before those funds were freed, had always been around between 4 and 6 trillion. So then, are we now going to say that we are going to get development through that? When we subsidize, and while we are subsidizing, let's say we are subsidizing and that the naira gains are now going into the pockets of the ordinary Nigerian. That is good. But it is going to the pockets of some fat cats, some oligarchical sectoral people who are now making feeding fat on our ignorance, on our naivety, on our saying that, oh, let the food come today. Either the food comes with salience and poison, that we don't bother. So definitely, when you exercise, then there is going to be a deep sleep. After that deep sleep, there's going to be a recovery. Today, the inflationary trend is now coming down 18.02% from almost 38. Now, it is not the same amount that we were buying a bag of rice this time last year that we are buying it now. We must be sincere to ourselves.
Well.
It is not the way that we, after 2 months, there have never been 3 months before that we are not going to experience fuel scarcity. And then when we experience fuel scarcity, then we'll be patronizing the roadside jerrycan guys at 2,000 naira per liter. So is that what we want to relapse to? Definitely, once these things are now coming down, there is no way it will not trickle in. By December next year, it's going to be better than it is now. So definitely it's going to take time, but the time is even not going to be as long as we are envisaging.
All right.
That is, and now for the first time in the history of Nigeria, even the world bodies are now commending Nigeria that yes, we are really reforming to grow. Reforming not to grow is different from reforming to grow. That we are reforming to grow. That GDP is growing. Then debt servicing, the ratio of debt servicing and our income and what we have is now reducing.
Right.
Before we used to service with 97% of what we have.
Cousin,
Today,
let me take the last caller because of our time, so that you're able to talk on this defection matter. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're going to be my last caller now because I wish I have 2 hours.
Okay, no problem.
Good morning, Mr. the bike manager.
Ebi the bike man, 60 seconds. Go ahead.
I agree to well. The way you are flowing, I like it very well.
The senator appreciate
that. Subsidy. Matter in our area is too much. If people need more support to supply more support in this country now. And again, I beg, sort of this sharing, this fund or what people are sharing. I don't know how people are taking it because though we say that some say they don't have, some say they have. If there's any way you can, sometimes if people are complaining, making note of them, bring up people that have benefited to all this, so that you not feel like saying,
thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Even to my brother, thank you, my brother, and to my brother Shidi from Nasarawa. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, there was a time that workers do not get their salaries. There are some states that will be owing 18 months for 1 month. Have you ever been hearing that one? It's because of the funds. It's because of the funds that were freed from this subsidy that are now being given to the sub-regional that is making this one to happen. So now if workers are taking their salaries as at when due, no matter how little that money is, and you take it as at when due, and you can now plan your budget towards what is accruing to you every month. Yeah. And you can now say with certainty that at the end of the month, you are going to get your wages. Before, it was not like that. Before, federal government was even giving bailouts to states, which they will deduct again. So, definitely, the president has said it for the opportunity time. Look, the governors will do well. Look up to them. Like in my state, my governor is doing well.
Okay.
People are looking up to him, and then he's answering them.
Right.
But I don't know what's happening in other states. So, now, that is one of the essence. Right. And so, like the Yoruba we say, meaning that a child that is bedeviled with kwashiorkor, you cannot use only 24 hours and bring him to normalcy. Okay. So it means that you have to start apply milk, apply cheese, apply this, and then you also before that child comes into serious and robust life.
I love this.
That's about that.
It's okay. Now, you see, we still have more callers coming through. But because of our time, I would want to request that we missed you, right? So I don't know if you would want to still come back, because the point at which I would like us to have some drive here, we can always have some extension. So you could find that Nigerians would like to talk with you.
I know.
You are here.
I will always accuse to their request.
All right.
Come around.
Okay,
so let them know what is happening in the National Assembly.
Very important.
Let them, because I can find out that this is a veritable medium where we can reach out to our folks, where they can ask questions.
Very well.
Questions of what they do not understand, and they have to understand. Because there are sometimes that I see that in the absence of information, then knowledge will take anything can just take the space.
Very well.
And then for us in the National Assembly, we believe a public engagement
is important.
We believe in it. We believe, and then Nigerians, they have so many rights. Even like my brother was saying the other time, you can even approach us in the National Assembly. Okay. And that's why I even dropped my number. And people do call me, and people will always say it that I pick their calls. I responded to their text messages or WhatsApp messages. I have only one line, so for WhatsApp, for text message, and for calls. So I don't have any hidden line. It's open as a the National Assembly is not that kind of a shrine whereby some people must not know what is happening there. So we are not doing anything cloudy there. So it's an open thing. We are established by law. And then, like I usually say, that the parliament is the fulcrum of democracy. When there is no parliament, then we are practicing oligarchy or aristocracy or whatever crazy.
And that will not be healthy for us.
It's not democracy.
Absolutely.
So because that is where the representatives of the people sit to make laws. And these are the laws that make the smooth running of a country to be possible.
It's all right. Now, cousin, let's conclude by you coming through. But this is the point at which my producer might not forgive me if I don't highlight some of these things. The last time you were here, we had gotten quite a number of people who are looking out to have some empowerment from you.
Yes, we will do that.
Some with laptops and all of that.
We will do
Interesting.
that.
So let's see how we can conclude on this.
We will definitely do that.
Okay, sir.
We will do that.
We appreciate it. Now, the defections, what do you say to it?
Yes, the defections.
I promise. So I want to.
Yes, they are. We love it. Our party is has always been very strong. And then there's one thing that I want you to know.
All right.
I want to tell you that the PDP.
Yes.
I've always been saying it. It's like chameleon feces. Chameleon feces.
Okay.
The chameleon. Have you ever seen the excretion of chameleon before? You don't see it. It's a farce. So that's PDP. I'm very sorry to say this one. That's why it is possible for them to visual out, especially when they see a very party that has foundation, a party that has good beginning. Look at how APC started. Legacy parties, especially the ACN, which I've been a member of, AD, AC, ACN, the same line, headed by Baba Tinubu, the professor of modern and medieval modern politics in Nigeria. So he nurtured that party. There was a time that party was a regional party that we were controlling the 6 states of the Southwest. Nobody moved out of it. We remained. Even when we fell, we stood together. We knew that in life, you will rise, you will fall, and you will rise again. However, we say, it is not a sin to fall, but it is a sin. It is very bad for you not to decide to rise up again. We rose. And then when it was time for us to play national politics, we reached out. Baba Tinubu brought us with him. We reached out to CPC, Baba Buhari, reached out to splinter group of PDP, which they called NPDP. Then reached out to the remnants of ANPP or whatever we call them. And then some elements within APGA brought everybody together. People that had the same ideology and philosophy and thinking the same way, like minds, not a contraption. So we came together and then we launched out 2015. The party came into being 2013, but the party did not start 2013. The party had already started, even at SDP times, when Baba Tinubu was a staunch member of SDP. From SDP, after the contraption, military contraption, then we came to that AD. So now we came all. And then it's a party that had philosophy. It's a party that sociologically and anthropologically is tested. And then when we came together with that philosophy, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
It came very easy for us to dislodge a PDP that had always been doing lip service, a PDP that had always been another platform. It's just its SPV, a special purpose vehicle, where you just come in to contest. That's why somebody then said they were going to rule for 60 years. We laughed, we shocked, we yelled. We look at them that these guys, they don't know what they are saying, because it doesn't take too long for people that are not marriageable for their marriage to get scattered. And it got scattered. So now many of them who are very wise, like the Ark of Noah, that if you are a bad sinner and you are wise, when the clarion call was being made, you will not come into it. And then when the great flood comes, then you'll be swept off. So now, that is the tsunami. So now the wise ones are now coming into APC. And APC is my party. Now, Nigeria cannot go to one party state. It's not possible. Okay. Because do you know why it is not possible is this? Why it is not possible is this.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that a political party, if a political party does not win an election, that it is no more a political party.
Yeah.
if those guys are not winning elections, it doesn't mean that they are not political parties. They remain political parties.
Maximally.
And then Nigerians will still go out there to vote. They will still go out there to vote. And even eternally in APC, when you look at our primaries in APC, it's naturally direct, whereby members of the party will queue behind whoever they want. Openly. So many that the best will always emerge. And at times we do consensus, like we are going to do in Ekiti State. Now, for the primary election, whereby we are going to usher in Governor Biodun Ibanji for second term in June next year, it's consensus because meaning that all of us, we found out that this person is capable, is good, and then we are putting him forward. So the same thing. So for us in APC, we are very happy for it's not even defection.
Okay.
For identify where they belong.
All right.
And then for making sure that this is a family of progressives.
I must appreciate this.
The family that is making changes, serious changes, positive changes in Nigeria. And for the first time in the history of Nigeria, so many things are happening. Look at internationally, Nigeria has been recognized now.
I love this. Distinguished, it's our time. It's our time. I sincerely appreciate it. I wish I don't do this. I have a lot of time with you, but let's see what will happen in the coming days. We'll still have you back here. Distinguished Senator Yemi Adaramodu, Chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, also the Chairman, Senate Committee on Youth Development. We appreciate you on appearing on this edition of the program. You have quite a lot to say, but my producer will bring you back. I promise you. Bob Genesis, the Gospel Touch, your cousin on radio, remains my name. Until next week, good morning.